Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody! Today we're going to be building a large modern farmhouse. We start with these little bay windows that one side I will end up putting a seat in, the other one's going to be a bathroom, which sounds kind of weird, but I promise it all works out. I spent so long figuring out the roof on this thing. I had to cut out a lot of the footage that I had of it because I just kept playing with it and I couldn't quite find what I wanted to do. This front room is going to be a living room, and the back two are dining and kitchen that goes to a back porch. We are going to have our lovely new packed Cottage Living stuff in this build. Right there is going to be our fireplace. We do have a fireplace in the living room. And this section on the right hand side of the house took me forever to figure out. So if you see some jumps, it's because I jump cut it because there was just so much that I had to cut out again on that side as well. And that side was actually the side that gave me the most trouble with the roof. I did leave most of it in, so that way if y'all wanted to see how I did it, or if y'all have issues with roofing, you can kind of see how I did it and the tips and tricks that you can use just by watching the video. Right here I did play with how the roof pitch came up, and I wanted it to come up higher, and I tried to make it bigger. It just didn't work out. You'll see it in just a second. Right here it kind of messed up my chimney, so I had to revert everything back to what it was, and I couldn't get it to reach all the way to the top, which was very unfortunate, but it still looks good. It looks like a chimney, so that's all that matters. And then right here we're going to end up curving the roof, and we're going to make it a lot rounder, more like a barn style house on the top. And it actually turns out really cute. The back is where I have some more issues too, but I end up just taking that front piece and sliding it all the way across that top floor and filling it out completely and just using one piece instead of several different ones. I was going to pull that out, but then I realized it would kind of cover up the awnings and the roof pieces that I have up front, so I decided to just leave that where it was. We do a metal roof, obviously. We're going to do a red trim, which we're applying now. And then we're going to do some black stone, which I think was from the Cottage Living pack as well. We'll have to see. And then we do some white siding. Yep, it was from the Cottage Living pack. And then right here is when we're going to find which siding we want to use. And I was going to do the Eco Lifestyle, but I didn't like how much textures was going on there. So I went back and changed them to just regular horizontal, flat, shiplap style boards. And now we're going to finally go towards the inside in just a second. I look at a few windows and doors to finish out the front entryway, and then we go and do everything else around the front and back. And I didn't want to place the windows. The only ones that I really place to begin with is the front ones. And then once we figure out the layout of the house, I like to then go and put the windows inside the rooms. Just because the front is going to be the curb appeal, I like to do something that's more of a realistic curb appeal, and then the rest of the windows are just kind of placed wherever the room sees most beneficial. So you'll see some blank spots that I put in here. Right now we're going to do the back patio, and then I'm going to extend the kitchen out to make a little bitty nook in just a second. And then it's right there. And then right here is where we're doing the back roofing. And I left some of my struggles in just so you could see how my brain processed how this worked. And I was just going to do this, but I didn't like the double pitch or how high the pitch was. It just didn't look right to me. So all I did was take it and pull it straight out. And it was the easiest and simplest way for me to do that. And so we're going to go ahead and put our back doors in because I kind of had an idea of how I wanted the layout. But I didn't know how quite I was going to execute it until we got actually into moving all the furniture around and seeing how big or how little some of the rooms needed to be. So right now we are in the dining room putting those windows in. The room to the right of it is going to be the kitchen, so we just kind of put a bunch of archways in here. So that way it's kind of older styled, we just moderned up the build. You will see a few little, like that triangle piece, just empty spots that I wanted the walls to meet correctly and not have to have like an awkward corner in a room. So you'll see those. It's perfectly fine. It's not going to hurt anything. You'll just have a little blank spot while you're playing. And then that archway is going to go into, I wanted to use the Dream Home Decorator pack. And so we use that to be able to get some closet space, which we don't use very often. But again, I wanted it to look more like an older style home. And I close off that square, but we'll end up being able to use that later. And it'll actually be placed where a washer and dryer is going to be. And then we'll actually have a dry line outside, so that way you can get, you know, in realistic terms, you'd get that nice, fresh outside scent on your clothes. Upstairs is going to be 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a study. And then the master bedroom is obviously going to be on the downstairs on the main floor. I love these new round windows that Cottage Living came with. They are some of my favorite windows for some reason. Just because we don't have that many round windows that'll fit at the arches and the peaks of our roofs, to be able to add like an attic style window to be able to let air go through, because most attics do have a type of window or wooden slats to put up there. And then I decided to actually do the red shutters on these, and they turned out so good at the ending, as you saw at the very beginning of the build of the video. And so, what do? We do use all of the Cottage Living doors, if I'm not mistaken. I don't use any other doors but those. I tried to limit some of my packs, but I didn't fully limit myself completely. So the only thing that I think I used from Dine Out is that curtain, and then a few artistic pieces to decorate the house. So you wouldn't have much to replace there. I know we use for sure the Cottage Living. We use the Dream Home Decorator pack. I think I used a few things from, what is it? The Mount Komorebi pack. I can't remember. Snowy Escape. We used some of the stuff from Snowy Escape and Eco Lifestyle. I'm trying to think what else I used. I did use Knifty Knitting because I wanted to be able to use some of the, one of the, what I would picture to be a daughter's room. She liked artistic things, so she has painting, cross stitch, and knitting stuff. Now here we're getting started on the kitchen. I'm just kind of placing down our base cabinets, and then we go back and kind of change the colors. I do put a double oven in here. Obviously the top one is not functional, but I did not test this afterwards, so hopefully that bottom one is still functional. I know a lot of people do this and they still have functionality on that bottom oven. And we do this really pretty dark brown wood countertop, which it actually isn't wood. I guess it's just, I don't know, what is countertops made out of when they look like that? I don't know. Not wood, but a dark brown color countertop with the white cabinets and teal accents, which turns out really pretty. And here we're deciding on flooring. We do a lot of cats and dogs stuff as well, just because the cats and dogs and Cottage Living kind of go together really well. And I find that it turns out really pretty together. I was going to put brick, but I didn't want to put the outside brick in. So I think we stick with the slats. And then we just do all the rest of the walls white. We use most of the same curtains. So we use one different curtain, which was in the dining room. And then all the rest are either the base game ones, or I think those are the Eco Lifestyle curtains that I have placed right now. And then I did something really different with my chairs. I normally match all of my chairs, but I figured this little breakfast nook in the kitchen could have different colored chairs but still be the same style. I didn't want to lose that farmhousey style with the chairs, but we did do a mismatch. So in here we're going to have, this is about the same layout that we're going to have. We do put a buffet table behind the couch, and then we put a really nice, I think it was Jungle Adventure center table, like coffee table. but we'll have to see when we get there. Oh, I did use the Paranormal pack. So the Paranormal pack, few things. I think it's mostly decorations and those curtains that you see. And then this is our laundry day, and that's why I put the laundry in there, because I had already used these laundry day rugs. So I think I did use the Jungle Adventure coffee table, and then we also used these Jungle Adventure buffet style tables. Behind that, we're gonna put a gaming table, which is what we're gonna do now. Right there. I was going to put it in the bay window, but I decided I wanted a reading corner in that area, which is what we're going to go ahead and move on to. We put a little bookshelf right next to those doors, and then we used the cats and dogs bay window seat and put that in there. And I think I just did white and blue. Yeah, to match the blue that's on the other side of the living room. And then we also have Parenthood because of that the curfew board. And then all the bathrooms in here are supposed to be kind of more original style bathrooms. We have the older beige walls with that tile on the bottom with the beige tiles to match. But we did do red cabinets. All the bathrooms have these sinks in it and possibly that side cabinet for the most part. I do wish this Jungle Adventure mirror came in red. I think it would be so pretty and you'd be able to match so many things. We use the Parenthood mirror in the bathroom. I just kind of raise it up a few clicks. And then I was going to be like, oh, toothbrushes. And I was like, wait, this is not a real bath. Like, it's a half bath. So we don't need a toothbrush in here. So we didn't do that. And that is that bathroom finished. And we're going to move on to the master bedroom. And I went with something that was kind of different. So I was going to do my regular like modern style bedroom, but I decided since we wanted to keep the farmhouse style that we would do the plaid bed frame or comforter with the old style bed frame. And I really like how this turned out. I think it was super cute. We put a ottoman on the bottom that was from Home Decorator. We're going to just do that in black. So this is essentially going to be a white room with red and black accents. And then we're going to put the black. I know we're going to have a walk-in closet, but I also wanted functionality closets just in case. The way that I laid out the walk-in closet was kind of odd. And I wanted to be able to have at least one that would be fully functional. And then we also put a seating area in this window, and it turned out super cute. Love it. And then we also put a desk in front of the other window, and then we reused the Jungle Adventure mirror, which is already up. And then I think we put a plant over there in the corner. I could be wrong. No, we didn't put a plant in the corner. We put a like a wood decorative wall art. And then I moved this bathroom all the way around. There's two sinks that are going to be in that corner. We're going to keep the toilet right behind the door. So that way, in reality, you'd want the bathroom door to open towards the toilet. So that way, if you are sitting down and someone happens to get the door open, or you forget to lock the door, or whatever the case may be, someone just doesn't automatically see you. And then we're moving on to the closet area. And I pieced together 3 different pieces from the Dream Home Decorator pack. And I do it the same on both sides. And then one side is going to be the women's and the other side is going to be the men's, or just men's style clothing versus women's style clothing. Doesn't matter what your sim wears. That's just how I laid it out. And then we have actually a little bitty Dream Home Decorator seat in the middle as well. And I also use the lamp from Dream Home Decorator. And I think this is that wood wall art that I was talking about. And then we're finally going to put the chair in the middle. I don't know why it took me so long to find that chair. Like when I was scrolling through this menu, I was literally just looking for that single seat. And I finally found it after I decorated the almost the whole master bedroom. By the time that was finished, I had finally found it. And then the master bedroom does have a computer in it. We haven't put it down, but we do have a computer in it. I didn't put any rugs in the master area except for the closet. I felt like it didn't really need one. I didn't want to have to add any more color to it than I already did. And then we're going to put a full wall mirror with 2 light bar lights across the top to give it the really nice lighting that you would need in that area. And then here's where I'm trying to find different lighting to light up the whole house. I did do mostly the same in all the living areas except for the dining room. That's the only one that really has something that's completely different. And we did the same ones that were actually in the master bedroom. And I think it looks so adorable in there. And then we're also going to shrink that down and use it in the entryway as well. We do put more plants and stuff in the dining room, so we'll get to that. Right now we're going to go ahead and decorate the living room for the most part. I was trying to find things that were blue to match or the same wood tone. And then when I ran into other things, I just happened to throw other things in. So here's where I got the inspiration for the coffee bar. Is when I found that little thing that's on the wall, and I actually found a second one to lay across the top of it, and you'll see that in just a second. I go back through everything and find the other one. We do put the spatulas and stuff, and then we also get the pots and pans that are hanging, and then the olive oils, or just oils in general for cooking. And I don't know what happened, but it like disappeared, so I had to reapply the that top oven. And here's master keys. I figure maybe those were the old master keys to the house, and since they changed out all the doors, maybe they went ahead and mounted them to the wall of the house, so that way it was like, oh, here's these like history to the house. And then this painting is actually where I got the inspiration for one of the daughters to be artistic. And then we're going to put juice on the wall here, or it can be, you know, olive oils or whatever you want it to be. I really wanted to put like quote-unquote a family crest up above the fireplace, but then I remembered I had the TV, and all of them were kind of purple colored, and I didn't like it, so I just threw that out the door and didn't worry about that idea. Oh, I'm so sorry, I yawned. I don't know why. And I did know I wanted the fairy lights. I don't know why, but I couldn't find the long ones unless I actually went into the Parenthood and like looked them up. And I'm gonna readjust the roof, I think, to be able to fit windows in that one room. I just lowered all the roof down by like 2 notches. And then I think we're gonna do the bathrooms first upstairs. Yep, here we are gonna do the bathrooms. Always remember to save your games periodically. I don't know how many times I've had, you know, my game crash because of a mod, or just, you know, a Windows update just bam started in the middle of me playing and I lost everything that I've done. So always remember, save your games, make sure that you don't lose anything, and then I knew I wanted bathtubs upstairs. The downstairs, I didn't really think that like the master bedroom would really have a bathroom. Even though it was a bigger space to work with, I just felt like for the most part, most adults don't have time to take baths. But I did have a toddler and a kid sharing a bedroom upstairs. So I did know I needed at least one bathtub in the house. So both of the upstairs bathrooms have a bathtub. Right here we're going to do something really unique, and I used these Jungle Adventure just see-through wall pieces to kind of block the water. Just a design aspect, nothing really that would work in real life, but I think it looks pretty and it looks cool. So we just kind of kept those in, and the bathrooms are in 2 different layouts. So I think it worked out really nicely without having the same repetitiveness. And then we're going to go ahead and do the kids' rooms. The kids' rooms are super adorable. I used kind of the matching, just, you know, roof-styled point for both the bed frames. They just have 2 different color choices. So the older one, the actual kids' bed, is going to have a desk underneath it for school. And then there's going to also be a... Oof, hiccup. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but apparently I'm going to have hiccups and yawns in the middle of voiceovers, and that's not fun. So, schoolwork, and then there's also going to be over on the kids' side is going to be what are they called? Dollhouse. There's going to be the cheapest dollhouse that's there. I'm going through here and finding what else I want to put in that other bedroom, just so it saves me a little bit of time since I've already scrolled through that menu. And then you can't forget the toddler potty, so I have to go back and put the toddler potty in the bathroom for the hallway. I was going to match it to the room and just keep it in the room, but I thought that was a little bit weird, so I went ahead and moved it to the bathroom. And then because I did the laundry, I ended up adding all laundry baskets to all of the bathrooms. So you will have laundry baskets in every single bathroom, just not the bedrooms. And then we're going to put paintings up on the wall. And I really don't want to admit this, but there was this one painting I was looking for, and I think it's in Parenthood, but it has like a picture of, say, like mom and dad, which aren't really, just a picture of two Sims together, and then like a calendar, and then like other stickers, and it took me forever, so I just kind of gave up for a second and stuck with the cats and dogs calendar until I went back and found the other one. But here's where I'm searching for it, and I finally found it, and it's not in regular wall decorations, it's in like the artistic, like where the wood decoration was, which made no sense to me, but whatever. And we did unicorns on the kids side, and then we did the dino elephant on the toddler side. And then again, we're going to copy all of those curtains to all the windows. I didn't find a curtain that I liked for that shaped window, so that's the only one that I could really go with. So right here is where we're going to use our Knifty Knitting, and I knew I wanted to use this desk to be able to have a place for that kiddo to, you know, do all their stuff. We do put a laptop. I lied. So she does have a laptop, she just doesn't have much desk space. Then we're going to put a loom over here. I'm going to put that modern bookshelf style thing over there, and then we're going to put those paintings on the very top shelf. I have to resize them down. And then I'm going to put the cross-stitch box on the bottom shelf there. And what else did we do? We do put an easel in the corner, so that way she can paint as well. And then we do a really fun rug that's kind of a dull yellow, so it doesn't really match, but it at least ties all the grays and the yellows together. You know, Sims and the whole not matchy-matchy thing, but it is what it is. Everybody knows that it's just not fun to try to match colors together in The Sims. And then right here we're going to do the study. And it's not going to be a typical study. There's not going to be a desk and a computer since most of the rooms already have those. It's just going to be like a chess table, like a logic, get your skills up type of place. So the bookshelves, we're going to have the chess table and then like a sitting area to sit and read your books as well. And we just stick with a white chess table with white chairs. It's a lot easier. I'm going to go back and put a different lamp in. I was going to put a desk and a laptop in here, but I just decided we don't need to. We'll just put, you know, a chair in. And it seems weird to have pink wallpaper in a general area, but, you know, I think it looks cute, so why not? I'm going to put rocking chairs in this hallway here to be able to sit down and just, you know, say your daughter has a boyfriend over and he can't go into their room, or girlfriend over and they can't go into their room. You're able to make them sit and wait. They can't go into the bedrooms. No, we don't do that. And then I'm putting the last finishing touches of different plants and things around. I knew I wanted some plants. I normally overdo the plants in the house for the most part. And I still think this is quite a bit, but not as much as I normally do, because I normally overdo it. But it is what it is. Plants make the world go round. They let us breathe. Thank you for the greens. I would not eat greens though. Green beans are the only thing that I'll eat. Fun fact. And then if I eat like chicken pot pie, I'll eat the green peas that are in it, but not by themselves. And then soon we're actually going to be headed outside to do some landscaping. But we're going to finish up putting a little bit of posturage and... Posturage? Is that even a word? Someone tell me if that's a word, because I'm not positive. But, and here we go, we're actually matching the back. Those little square or rectangles are going to be planter boxes, technically, with rose bushes and some like blue flower shrubs that I shrink down. And then we're going to have the outside trash can in a corner, and then we're going to have little fountains in those quadrants, those big squares. Those are going to be little fountains. And so we put the little kid tent outside. I don't know if they can use it in the rain. I've never actually played gameplay with that. I've always just decorated the houses with that one in particular. So I'm sorry if you can't play in the rain in that. I'm not positive. We do put 2 fences in the back there, and that'll go into the gardening area, which I don't know when I do that, but I will do it soon. And then what else do we do? Oh, we do put a grill outside. We also put a picnic table at the very end. And here I am putting in the planter pieces, and then we also have chicken coop. So that's fun. I think in the corner I also put the little bunny tree thing, the little tree stump. And right here we're just going to make it look more realistic and lived in. And I also put a tree back there as well. So we're also going to make this a little bit more realistic, like someone's walked across it kind of often. I was going to put the mailbox up there, but then I remembered that they might not be able to reach it, which was unfortunate, but it is what it is. As I say again, it is what it is. And so right here is going to be our garden box. It's where there's going to be a tree and a bunch of plants and stuff like that. I know it's kind of odd, but I like the way that it turned out. I had to shrink down a tree to fit this close to the house because I still wanted a big tree, but it took me forever to figure out how I wanted to place it. So I still use that same tree. I just shrink it down and tilt it outwards so it's not leaning up towards the house. And we use the same tree in the back because I wanted to match all the trees around the landscaping. Then we're gonna do our trusty dusty little yellow low-lying plant flower thing, and then some beautiful green, are those ferns? I feel like I get ferns and then whatever those are actually called mixed up. I'm sorry if they're not ferns. It's my bad. I'm not a very good plant like identifier. So here we are adding the blue and the red rose bushes. And then I think we actually put planter boxes to the right hand side behind where the kitchen is. And we're going to put water emitters in. We do that laundry line in just a second as well. I forgot I added the picnic basket. I think that's the cutest little detail they could have ever added. It's adorable. I love it. I haven't played with it yet, but I think it's adorable to look at. Oh, I do put kids' activities outside. Okay, so I did put the monkey bars. My brain always says swing set, and that's wrong. I figured you could recycle some of it, like if you had too many plants, you could recycle some of them. If you wanted to play that style gameplay, you can always add, you know, all the eco lifestyle type of products to be able to make things. But we're getting towards the end of the build, guys. If you want to see more things like this, you can always like and subscribe, and I thank you so very much for watching. And if you have any ideas on what I can do or what I can do to make these videos better for y'all guys, you just let me know. You can find this on Origin under the Boba's Daughter, or you can just look up whatever this is going to be named. I think it's Modern Farmhouse of some kind, and you'll be able to find it that way in the gallery. So I appreciate you so very much for watching, and I'll see y'all guys next time. Bye, everybody.